The Buddha and the Farmer. Once upon a time, in the lush plains of India, there lived a humble farmer named Keshav. Keshav was devoted to his work, but was perpetually burdened by his worries. Every day, he toiled in the fields from dawn to dusk, yet he never seemed content. His mind was clouded with thoughts of poor harvests, the whims of the weather, and the fear of losing his hard-earned land. One day, word spread that Gautama Buddha, the Enlightened One, was visiting a nearby village. Farmers, traders, monks, and villagers alike gathered to hear his wisdom. Keshav, intrigued but skeptical, decided to attend. He thought to himself, if this Buddha is truly wise, maybe he can help solve my problems. When Keshav arrived, he saw the Buddha seated under a great banyan tree, his face radiating peace. As the crowd quieted, the Buddha spoke about the nature of suffering, impermanence, and the path to liberation. His words stirred something within Keshav, yet his doubts lingered. When the talk ended, Keshav approached the Buddha. "Great teacher," he began, "I am a simple farmer. My life is full of worries. My crops depend on the rains, my oxen grow old, and my family relies on me. No matter how hard I work, there's always something to fear. Can you help me get rid of these problems?" The Buddha looked at Keshav with gentle eyes and asked, "Do you believe that anyone in this world lives without problems?" Keshav thought for a moment and replied, "No, I suppose everyone has problems of their own." The Buddha smiled. "You are correct. Each person has what I call the 84 problems. Some are large, like illness or poverty, and some are small, like losing a tool or an argument. But no one can escape them." Keshav frowned. "Then what is the point of coming to you if you can't take away my problems?" The Buddha's smile deepened. "I cannot remove your 84 problems, Keshav, but I can help you deal with your 85th problem." Keshav was puzzled. "What is the 85th problem?" The Buddha replied, "The 85th problem is your desire to not have any problems. This longing causes much of your suffering. When you stop clinging to the idea of a problem-free life, you will find peace even amidst your difficulties." Keshav stood silently, digesting the Buddha's words. After a moment, he said, "But how can I stop worrying about my problems? It feels impossible." The Buddha gently touched the ground beside him. "Keshav, just as you plant seeds in the soil to grow crops, you must plant seeds of mindfulness in your mind to grow peace. Start by accepting that problems are part of life, like the changing seasons. When you face them with awareness instead of resistance, they lose their power over you." Keshav felt a wave of understanding wash over him. He realized that his struggles were not unique, nor were they permanent. For the first time, he saw his worries for what they truly were, fleeting thoughts and emotions. He bowed to the Buddha and said, "Thank you, great teacher. I now see that the key to peace is not in changing my life, but in changing how I see my life." The Buddha nodded. "Go, Keshav, and tend to your fields. But remember, true freedom lies not in the absence of problems, but in the way you meet them." From that day onward, Keshav's life changed. Though his work remained the same, he carried within him a new sense of calm. When the rains came late or the harvest was meager, he no longer despaired. He understood that life, like farming, was a cycle of growth and decay, and that peace could always be found in the present moment. And so, Keshav lived his days with gratitude and wisdom, a quiet smile often playing on his lips.